Welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. So today I wanted to talk about some of the pre-orders for the month of September in new comic books that are kind of just catching my eye. And you know, for sure if you watch the channel regularly, you kind of know that I'm not really big on sort of new comic books too much, but occasionally I do buy a new comic book that's just coming out. So I think possibly like once a month it could be worth it to kind of do a video, check out the pre-orders for like the coming month, and you know, be sort of selective and try to, you know, pick ended up coming up with a list here of 6 actually. And I do want to specifically focus here first off on Amazing Spider-Man number 49. Yeah, so the Brooks variant is really catching my eye. Amazing Spider-Man at 49. The legacy number, it's Amazing Spider-Man 850. So it's kind of that seminal, a bit of, you know, an important number kind of. But the new Amazing Spider-Man 49, it ships on September 30th. So you can pre-order this one. The Mark Brooks variant is really standing out to me. Great Venom cover, looking really cool. Yeah, so I wanted to focus on this one first because I pretty much have it in a cart. And because they're about, I think they're, yeah, $7.60 American is the price I'm getting on where I'm looking to purchase this, which works out to be about 10 bucks Canadian because it is from a Canadian seller. So that'll be the price you're looking to pay for this one. It's a really cool Venom cover that's kind of got those 90s vibes. So I'm considering this one. Let me know in the comments below if you think, you know, maybe I should pull the trigger on this one or not, but one I'm definitely considering. So let's get into 5 more pre-orders that really were just kind of catching my eye from doing a little research this morning. So Batman number 100 is coming out. This one ships, I wanted to include on the video, it says it ships October 6th on this site that I was looking at, but just wanted to include these pre-orders. Batman 100, it's looking pretty cool. The cover A, it's a George Jimenez, who's kind of a really hot artist, I think, right now, and it's a wraparound cover, a kind of Batman and Joker. Looking pretty cool. I'm liking the concept of the cover A for Batman 100. That's one to consider. It's like, I'm getting prices of about $5.50 US dollars for Batman 100 cover A. Also consider the 1 of 25 variant, the George Jimenez variant as well. These covers have become really popular, these sort of pin-up style ones with their stats and everything, kind of the simple concept. But this one a little bit more rare, and price for this one around $30 US. I'm seeing them on a couple pre-order sites. On eBay they're like 50, 60, so I'm not sure if you want to go on eBay for some of these pre-orders, but I'm finding $30 for that one. I think that could be, you know, if you're kind of serious about this issue and really like it, that 1 of 25 George Jimenez Batman variant, I think, for Batman 100 might be one to consider pre-ordering for $30 American. Kind of seems like a decent deal, I think, for 1 of 25 variants. Some of those end up going for so much. Yeah, okay, so that one is shipping October 6th. Next one here, really kind of catching my eye. Loving the first print cover on this one. Immortal She-Hulk number 1. So this is going to be a one-off apparently, so not kind of an ongoing. But I really love just the kind of first print cover, super kind of 90s vibes from it. Like, I'm just well executed kind of Immortal She-Hulk number 1 pinup. This one ships September 23rd. And I'm seeing kind of $5, just over $5 American in this one, so around near cover price for this one, I think, because it is a one-off. And I think that might be definitely one to consider. It looks really cool. I think this cover kind of stands out in the whole you know, months of pre-orders that you could possibly look at buying, and you know, getting it right around cover price I think makes sense if you like She-Hulk. Next one is my favorite sort of detective cover that's coming out. It's Detective Comics 1027. This is the Frank Quitley variant, I think is his name. How you say his last name, Frank Quitley. Really cool sort of Batman and Robin, like Frank Miller-esque variant of their kind of side profile. Yeah, just super well done. This one just kind of stood out to me. This one ships on the 15th September. And they're wanting a little bit more for this one, I think, because I think it is sort of a limited variant, not sort of the first print. I'm getting $10.25 American is what I'm seeing, which turns out to be about $13.50 Canadian on this one site I was looking on. I think this is kind of the pick of this detective issue for sure, and just maybe it has classic cover potential. Maybe it might be one to worth jumping on. Certainly, if you're into buying new comic books. Detective 1027, the Frank Quitley variant. Yeah, check it out for sure. That ships on the 15th of September. Next one, Spawn number 310. This ships on September 30th. So right away, kind of cover C with the spooky, cover C, the spooky variant, really caught my eye, and I think it's kind of well executed, looking pretty spooky, and one you might want to consider picking up for cover price. Definitely getting in right on the bottom. Also, though, cover B, I think is looking cool. The McFarlane cover of it's almost like Ninja Spawn with the ninja sidekick. Both of these are ones to consider at cover price, and maybe you can pre-order them now, and they're shipping September 30th. And the last one here on our pre-order list I wanted to highlight, and this one actually doesn't ship. It's already being pre-ordered quite early, so I wanted to put it on the video, but it doesn't say it ships on this site until October 28th. But it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin #1. Yeah, this could be a pretty well collected, issue over time. Even for this one, I think it might be worth it possibly to go after the sketch variant, which is kind of the most expensive one, and I think the most rare as well. It was sold out on this one site, and I went back to the site, and I think they got a restock in. Because the sketch variant is available, and it was $37.95 American on the one site, which ends up being about $50 Canadian. I think it might be worth it for this one, whereas I think the normal first print is like $20. Might be worth it for this one just to get the most rare sketch variant, which I think is looking kind of cool too, for $37.95. Hopefully you can find it for that price. It was on the one site. It's a comictraders.ca was the site I was looking at for most of these prices, and that Canadian kind of specific site, I believe, but they seem to be doing a pretty good job. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin #1, one to consider if you're into the new comic books, and I think it has kind of key issue potential with this kind of clarifying who the last Ronin is, and everyone thinks it's Raphael, but I don't know too much about the story, but yeah, looking forward to maybe getting into that one. All right, so yeah, good to kind of go over some pre-orders, and even though I'm not too into new comic books, if you watch the channel, you know that I'm sort of, you just kind of focus in on those back issues that are big first appearances that have kind of investment potential, and always going and getting them in the 9.8. Just brought out my 238 here just for kind of eye candy during the video. But usually I'm always buying the big key issues in the 9.8s as from sort of an investment perspective from that era that I really love, the 80s and 90s. But I think maybe once a month, it might be worth it to go over some of the pre-orders in the new books, and I end up maybe buying, maybe one modern new book a month possibly is maybe my, so I don't end up purchasing too many of these, but still kind of fun to go over, and definitely some cool art to look at and everything like that. All right, that'll be it for this one. If you haven't already, I would invite you to join the team and subscribe to Team CGC 9.8. Yeah, I'd love to have you on our comic book collecting and comic book investing team. Hit the bell for all the latest video notifications, and add me on Instagram and Twitter as well. All right, thanks for watching this one. A bit of a different video without any 9.8s really, but again, I think once a month it might be worth to do this at the beginning of the month. Hopefully, we're a little late starting September here, but maybe at the beginning of every month, just look at some of the pre-orders and be kind of selective at some of the ones that you could possibly look at pre-ordering. All right. Thank you very much for watching today. Yeah, I really appreciate all the support from the team, and just loving all the talks I'm having on Instagram too. And I was a little bit busy this weekend with the holiday, and I got back to some of my messages last night, but message me on Instagram if you had any questions about whatever it might be. If you're, any questions about comic books. Love talking to people kind of actively buying the 9.8s and comic books in general. So, all right, thanks again for watching. Really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next one.